How well do you really know yourself? Like deep down at your core, do you truly understand what makes you tick? What guides your choices, reactions, dreams, and fears? Most of us just float through life, distracted by work, family, screens, and routines. We rarely stop to examine our inner worlds. But self-awareness is no trivial matter. Understanding yourself and knowing who you are is the key to living an authentic, meaningful life aligned with your values. As the ancient Stoic philosophers taught, know thyself. This wisdom is perhaps more relevant now than ever before. In our busy modern lives, it takes intention and effort to know ourselves deeply. Stoicism can provide a framework to cut through the noise and distractions to gain self-knowledge and clarity. The ancient Stoics practiced continual self-examination through journaling, meditating, and thoughtful living. While the details of society have changed since ancient times, humans share fundamental qualities. By tapping into timeless Stoic principles, we can better know ourselves and live purposefully in the modern world. Let's explore 4 principles and lessons we can use from the ancient Stoics that can help us understand ourselves and know who you truly are. This self-discovery journey may be challenging at times, but trust me, it will be worth the effort. 1. Know your values and morals. Your values and morals serve as an inner compass that guides the choices and decisions you make throughout life. But with the busyness and distractions of everyday life, it's easy to lose touch with that inner compass. We go through life on autopilot without examining the deep beliefs that motivate our actions. That's why it's so important to take time for self-reflection and identify which values truly matter to you. For example, do concepts like justice, truth, knowledge, family, freedom, or creativity resonate at your core? Take an inventory of your values, those things you believe to be fundamentally important and meaningful. Listen to your heart here. Which values resonate with you? This should be something you take time to think and ponder upon, and not just values you adopt because your favorite self-improvement creator said so. Now let's move to morals. Your morals form your character and integrity. They distinguish right from wrong in your worldview and define the lines you absolutely will not cross, no matter external pressures or rewards. For example, would you ever lie, cheat, or steal, even if you wouldn't get caught? Would you compromise your principles for money or status? Really examine your boundaries here. If you don't take the time to consciously identify your moral lines, you risk unconsciously crossing them when temptation arises. Peer pressure and rationalization can slowly erode moral fences we aren't crystal clear on. So reflect deeply on the moral guidelines you expect of yourself. Maybe truth and honesty are paramount, or keeping promises and commitments you make, or being willing to sacrifice self-interest to protect those who depend on you. Get very clear on the moral code you hold yourself to. By knowing your values and morals, you gain immense clarity about direction and purpose. When dealing with difficult life choices, you can refer back to your inner compass for guidance. Your values and morals stabilize your decision-making, like the keel of a ship stabilizes it through stormy seas. For example, say a lucrative job offer comes your way, but you feel the company operates in misalignment with your values. Checking your inner compass quickly reveals the right path. Or you face a moral dilemma where social pressure sways you one way, but your moral code points the opposite direction. Clarity comes when you stay grounded in your true north. Make self-discovery around your values and morals a priority. Identify what resonates in your depths. Then live those values out loud. 2. Cultivate self-awareness. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of personal growth and development. It means consciously noticing your thoughts, emotions, triggers, strengths, weaknesses, habits, and instincts. But awareness alone isn't enough. You also need to understand. Self-knowledge comes from continually asking why. Why do you feel and react in certain ways under different circumstances? What underlying beliefs and assumptions shape your behaviors and decisions? Developing this level of understanding takes regular practice. Start by keeping a daily journal, even if you just jot a few notes each day. Putting your thoughts and feelings into words brings clarity. It allows you to step back and observe your inner world more objectively. Over time, as you journal, you'll start to identify patterns in your thinking, moods, and emotions. Events will trigger you less when you understand those ingrained patterns. In addition to journaling, make a habit of periodically checking in with yourself throughout the day. How are you feeling in this moment? Are you carrying stress or anxiety in your body? Getting distracted? Bring self-awareness into your normal daily activities. Learn to listen to your instincts and gut feelings too. That inner voice offers wisdom that your rational mind often misses. When something feels off or you get a sense that you should take a certain action, don't ignore that intuition, trust it. Your instincts tap into deeper knowledge about yourself and situations. Also, pay attention to when you feel in flow or out of flow. Observe your energy levels. What activities make you lose track of time or enter that state of flow? When do you feel drained? Learning when you operate at peak performance helps you structure your days. Make meditation a habit as well. It's like a workout for self-awareness. The mental clarity you gain carries over into daily life. Setting aside even 5 to 10 minutes a day to sit quietly benefits both mind and body tremendously. Don't keep your thoughts and feelings bottled up. Confide in a trusted friend or mentor for an outside perspective. Sometimes we avoid being fully honest, even with ourselves, but speaking the truth out loud leads to breakthroughs. That's where having a community of a brotherhood is priceless and what I seek to build here. 3. React thoughtfully. External events should not inherently determine how you respond. You always have a choice. This is the Stoic concept of prohairesis, the freedom and power to choose your response. It takes awareness and effort to not get swept up in emotional reactions. When something happens, take space between the event and your response. Resist the urge to respond instantly. Process what occurred, why it triggered you, and how you ideally want to respond. Then, make an intentional, rational decision about how to respond in a way aligned with your values. You have control over your reactions. Don't default to autopilot habits. This is hard, but you have to be conscious and intentional about it. Apply this mindset even during challenging times. Hardships and setbacks will arise. You can't avoid that. But you can control whether you respond mindfully or react rashly and impulsively. The Stoic thoughtful response uses reason to assess the situation and choose the best action. For example, maybe a loved one says something hurtful and you feel rising anger. Pause, breathe, and reflect. Why did their words trigger you? What is motivating their behavior? Then consider your options. Do you address it now or later, when emotions are cooler? Can you speak from love rather than anger? React thoughtfully, not out of blind emotion. Or a major project falls apart at work. Take space to process events before deciding how to respond. Rather than point fingers or shut down, what constructive actions can you take? React with maturity and rationality. It takes practice to catch yourself in reactive mode and consciously shift to thoughtful response mode. You'll fail at times, but keep striving to implement this mindset, especially when impacted by events beyond your control. With discipline, you can cultivate this ability to respond thoughtfully over time. The Stoics lived by the dichotomy of control. Some things are within your control and others aren't. You can't control external events, but you can control your response. This mindset leads to empowerment and inner peace. React intelligently, not impulsively. Respond thoughtfully, not emotionally. You have the power to choose. 4. Embrace vulnerability. Opening up and sharing your authentic self, flaws and all, enables profound self-discovery and growth. But being vulnerable feels uncomfortable. The instinct is often to hide our sensitive areas and project an image of strength or perfection. However, revealing and examining your insecurities, fears, and challenges is the gateway to knowing yourself deeply. I struggled for years with low self-esteem and finding my true purpose. I hid behind projected confidence and switched between different interests, trying to find fulfillment. But it was only when I embraced vulnerability and was brutally honest with myself about my lack of self-love and confusion that breakthroughs happened. Facing my shadows head-on accelerated my self-knowledge and ability to live authentically. The vulnerability felt excruciatingly uncomfortable, but proved necessary for growth. I had to name my demons before I could confront them. Some will say being a high-value man is all about wearing masks and a facade, but will that really be you? Even if no one can see it, you would always know that you are a fraud. Isn't it better to face those weaknesses head-on, without the need for any masks? Jordan Peterson calls this slaying the dragon. Remember, you are the expert on yourself. No one else can do this inner work for you. Facing your weaknesses head-on rather than avoiding them will rapidly expand self-knowledge. Ignoring issues never resolves them. So take off the mask. Be honest with yourself. Embracing vulnerability requires courage, but taking this risk empowers you to live and lead authentically, aligned with your true nature. You can't reach your full potential without doing the inner work. Self-understanding is a lifelong process and not a one-and-done event. Commit to continuous self-discovery through reflection and action. Remain open, curious, and hungry to learn about yourself. Take on new challenges and experiences to push your boundaries. By testing yourself, you gain wisdom about your abilities and limits. Don't stagnate in your comfort zone. Surround yourself with people who inspire introspection and self-questioning. Meaningful conversations with others provide perspective and insights you'd miss alone. Be willing to discuss real life, dreams, fears, failures, triumphs, not just surface-level small talk. The Stoics lived simply while focused on self-mastery. Don't let the chaos of modern life distract you. Carve out space for solitude, observation, and reflection. Keep growing in self-knowledge. If this video has also been helpful in any way, then like and hit the subscribe button and join this brotherhood. Don't forget to also hit the notification icon so you are made aware anytime I drop a new video. Until next time.